Good day everyone. Today I'm going to discuss to you about graph of tangent and cotangent function. Please take note of the pattern for in completing the table of values for tangent. And then please take note of the pattern that we will be using in completing the table of values for cotangent. Let's now try an example. Y is equal to 3 tangent x minus 2. Again, let's check first if it is in its standard form. Y is equal to A tangent B quantity x minus c plus d. So as you can see, this is in its standard form. So let's now identify the values of A. For A, this is the value of A. So I'm going to draw arrow so that you're going to take a look or see where is A. So A is equal to 3. For V, this is the numerical coefficient of x. So this is B. So your B is equal to 1. For C, there is no C because negative 2 is not within the parentheses. So therefore, since there is no parentheses, therefore there is no value of C. So C is equal to 0. And for D, D is a constant term. As you can see, this is the constant term, negative 2. After that, we can now identify the values of amplitude, period, phase shift, and the vertical shift. For amplitude, we have A is equal to the absolute value of 3. So A is equal to 3. For period, we have P is equal to pi over B. Our B is equal to 1. So therefore, period is equal to pi. Please take note of this one. In sine, cosine, secant, and cosecant, the formula in finding the value of the period is 2 pi over B. While in tangent and cotangent, the formula in finding the period is pi over B. For phase shift, since it is 0, therefore phase shift is none. For vertical shift, it is negative 2. Since it is negative, therefore it implies that there will be movement of graph 2 units downward. After that, we will be substituting the value of P and the value of the phase shift. So for domain, we have x is an element of real numbers such that x is not equal to 2k plus 1 p, or p is pi. So we have 2k plus 1 pi over 2. Since we don't have ps, so we're going to proceed with k, element of z or integers. Since we can't simplify this one, this 2k plus 1 quantity pi all over 2, this is now the domain. For range, the range in tangent and cotangent is set of all real numbers. Now, let us now complete the table of values for this function. Let us now identify the values of x. So since we don't have ps or phase shift, we will just simply focusing on negative p over 2, negative p over 4, 0, p over 4, and p over 2. So we will just simply substitute the value of p. So instead of writing p, we will be writing pi. So we have negative pi over 2. For this one, it will be negative pi over 4. This one will be 0. This one will be pi over 4. And this one will be pi over 2. So we just simply substitute the value of p. After that, let's now find the values of y or f of x. So in tangent, it is different from sine, cosine, secant, and cosecant. Because in those functions, if a is positive, we're going to start with a, positive a, and then the next will be negative. But in tangent, if a is positive, you're going to start with negative and then positive. If if a is negative, then therefore, you're going to start with positive a, then negative a. Since the value of, or the sign of a is positive, it implies that we're going to start with negative a, and then the next one will be positive a. So we're going to start with negative 3 plus d. Your d is negative 2, so we're going to have negative 5. Your d is equal to 0, and then we're going to proceed with positive, so it will be 3 plus negative 2, which is equal to 1. Now, after identifying the values of x and y, we're going to write or draw the given graph. So we have negative pi over 2, negative pi over 4, 0, pi over 4, and pi over 2. After that, let's now write or have the value of y. So we have negative 5, 0, and 1. So we're going to have 1, 2, 3, negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, negative 4, and negative 5. After that, let us now plot the points. Negative pi over 2 is undefined, so it implies that we're going to draw asymptotes. For negative pi over 4, that's negative 5, so we're going to draw or plot the point. For 0, it will be 0. For pi over 4, that's 1. And for pi over 2, that's undefined. So therefore, we're going to draw asymptotes. After that, we're going to draw the graph, just this one, connecting the points, but make sure you're going to draw smooth curves, and then at the same time, it will not touch the asymptote. So it will be this one. And then this one. So that will be the graph of the given trigonometric function f of x is equal to 3 tan x minus 2. Let us now have another example. Y is equal to 2 cotangent 1 over 2x plus 1. Again, let's check if it is in its standard form. It should be y is equal to a cotangent b x minus c plus d. So as you can see, this is in its standard form. So let's identify the value of a. So a is this one. So a is equal to 2. Your b is this one, the numerical coefficient of x. So that's 1/2. C, since there is no parentheses, it implies there will be no c. So c is equal to 0. It is not positive 1 because positive 1 is a constant term and positive 1 is b. Let us now find the values of amplitude. A is equal to the absolute value of 2. So a is equal to 2. For period, p is equal to pi over b. Your b is equal to 1/2. So pi divided by 1/2, just only get the reciprocal of 1/2, and that's 2 over 1. And multiply that to the numerator. So it will be pi times 2 over 1. So p is equal to 2 pi. For phase shift, since it is 0, there will be, therefore that is none. For vertical shift, that is 1. So it implies that there is movement of graph 1 unit upward. For the domain, let us substitute the given value of p and ps. So this x is an element of real numbers such that x is not equal to p, or p is equal to 2 pi. So we have 2 pi k. Since we don't have ps, so we're going to have k is an element of c. And that's it. So we just simply substitute the value of p. So x is an element of real number such that x is not equal to 2 pi k, where k is an element of integers. Our range is set of all real numbers. Let us now complete the table of values for x and y. So for x, we're going to substitute ps. So since we don't have ps, we're going to focus on 0, p over 4, p over 2, 3p over 4, and p. So let's write 0. For p over 4, we have p, which is equal to 2 pi. So 2 pi over 4, which is equal to pi over 2. This one will be 2 pi over 2, which is equal to pi. So as you can see, we just simply add pi over 2 to get the next term. So therefore, it will be 3 pi over 2, and this will be 2 pi. After that, we're going to proceed with this one. So this one, it is different from tangent. In tangent, we have negative, positive, and then positive, negative. And this one, we have positive, negative, negative, positive. This is just only the same with sine, cosine, secant, and cosecant. If the sign of A is positive, you're going to start with positive. But if the sign of A is negative, you're going to start with negative. Since it is positive, therefore it will be 2 plus 1, which is equal to 3. RD is equal to 1. And then we have negative 2 plus 1, which is equal to negative 1. And then after that, we're going to write values for x and y on the given graph. So we have 0, pi over 2, pi, 3 pi over 2, and then 2 pi. After that, we're going to write values for y. So we have 1, 2, 3, and then this one is negative 1, negative 2, negative 3. After that, we're going to plot points or draw asymptotes. For 0, that's undefined. So let's now draw asymptotes for 0. Then, for pi over 2, that's 3. So we're going to have 3. For pi, that's equal to 1. And 3 pi over 2 is negative 1. 2 pi is undefined. So therefore, we're going to draw asymptotes. After that, we're going to plot or connect the points and graph the given function by drawing smooth curves, and again, the graph should not touch the asymptote. So it will be this one. So this one and this one. So therefore, that is now the graph of the given trigonometric function f of x is equal to 2 cotangent 1 over 2x plus 1. That's all. Thank you and happy math learning. Again, don't forget to subscribe in our channel so that you're going to be updated with our math tutorial. Thank you and God bless everyone.